is Nicholas Hazelett, and I'm a Freemason. I proudly received my degrees going into Freemasonry proudly here in this room, here at Paintsville Lodge number 381 here in Paintsville, Kentucky. I will say that why I became a Freemason is because it has been in my family for many generations. My papa was a Freemason and my dad. And I think it was a very unique thing that my dad got to raise his father, my papa, before his passing. I think it's very important to look at many of the great men and women, especially in the Eastern Star, that I've met over the years, but I just didn't know that side of them. And when I became involved, I realized why they are such good, compassionate people with good convictions, because of the teachings of Freemasonry and the Eastern Star. I would say for the most part. Of course, there's some things that, my dad doing ritual-wise or verbiage, I, of course, did not know going into it. Of course, that is, sworn to secrecy. But the lay of the land, the format, and the good character of a Mason, I think I've always known. What I most enjoy about Freemasonry, I think, frankly, is to have a connective bond on a more heightened level with many of the men that I've known and come to know since being in the fraternity. I think it's very important that we give back civically to the community that, of course, have supported us for so long. I think it's very important, especially me, of being a Shrine patient at Lexington Shriners Hospital, to see really the work inside when it comes to the degrees and refining the man, but then giving back to what have made you get to this point. Many of the friendships that I've had my entire life have been men that I have now known to be brothers and ladies that I've known to be within the Eastern Star, as well as Shriners and other appendant bodies of the craft. I think that it is very important to know that, not only have I known these people my entire lives, but I've grown up with people through DMLA and other appendant bodies, like I said, that have really enriched my life. People that I know that I wouldn't know if it wasn't for Freemasonry. And that I find to be the very special component of it socially. Most definitely. I think when you look at the teachings and tenets of Freemasonry and the other appendant bodies that I've gotten to grow up with and hopefully be a part of in the future, it really has shown me what it truly means to be a man in the community, serving the people that have gotten you to this point, making sure that you can refine yourself to be, as they say, to the build of use, and be useful in all aspects, to be somebody that you can be a shoulder to cry on, and then you can, be a helping hand. And I truly believe that that is the most meaningful thing that I have gotten personally from joining Masonry. So when I'm out of the four walls here at Paintsville Lodge number 381, I'm proudly a freshman at Morehead State University, going through a political science major with a minor in Appalachian Studies. I take a lot off of my papa, like I mentioned earlier. He was a history teacher for 42 years, was a proud community member, became a citizen of the century back in 2000. So when I look at what my family has endured as coal miners, as public school teachers, and all of the aspects of my family lineage, I really hope to make this region find a better future than it, of course, has been within my lifetime. Not just for myself, but children like my sister, Reagan, who's a 9-year-old here in Paintsville, and to make sure that we don't just leave these communities behind. And that is my hope, whether that's, me in a role of city council here in Paintsville, or if that's something higher later in life. I'll see what life takes me. I would say my next steps, hopefully, in the spring here 2025, I will be initiated through El Hasa Shrine Temple in Ashland to be a noble. Like I said earlier, I am a former patient of Lexington Shriners Hospital. My dad has been a Shriner for about as long as I can remember because of that, knowing that all of the care that I received that was so important and critical for my well-being to be completely free and covered through the philanthropy and the fellowship of Shrine. I truly believe that is something that I feel conviction to give back towards. I find it important, of course, to whenever I'm able, after, of course, my college schedule weans down a little bit, to come back here into the lodge and serve in the chairs when I appropriately can and give the due performance necessary to keep the lodge in well regularity. I will say, being a Shrine patient, the reason I was there is to tend to my scoliosis that I found when I was a sixth grader here at Paintsville Elementary School, just right across the street here. I realized that when I was at academic team practices, when I was over at friends' homes, I just felt like I was completely strained, that I couldn't really sit down. I was always uncomfortable. And when I finally got an x-ray through the EOS machine at Lexington Shriners, which is one of, I think, a few in the country that has zero radiation x-ray technology, to see that my back was completely like a bow curve. You know, as a kid, you think, oh, well, what does this mean? But your parents are distraught and emotional. But to know that that care is completely free, it is completely covered, and if family needs things like Ronald McDonald House or anything else, other kind of services, that will also be covered as well. I think that that took a very big financial burden off of so many families. If you sit in the waiting room at Lexington Shriners, you will see families from all across the state and all across the country that are there to care for their children without that burden in the back of their mind. And that, I think, is very important. I would say if you were to fast forward 50 years, I would like to say that I gave back to this community. My family have lived here in the Appalachian region for countless generations, originally near Wise and Roanoke, Virginia, and then after Virginia seceded from the Union here in Johnson and McGoffin counties. I find it very important that I don't just leave this place behind. It's a very small town with a lot of big things going inside of it, and I can't rightfully say that I would just leave it all behind, because that's what I've all known my entire life. So I hope that I can give back to this place, make it better than I found it originally, and that we can say with clear certainty that the Appalachian region can grow and we can revert some of the things that have happened in the past 20 or 30 years. Masonically, I would hope to say that I would have a great lineage of fellowship, of memories and convictions being in this fraternity. I do hope that we can see a rebound in membership numbers, that we can see an increased, might we say, connection towards it within younger folks. But of course, time shall tell. But I hope that in that capacity, I can potentially be an olive branch for other men that I know that may not know what goes on in these four walls, but truly have the convictions personally to be in here. It's just a matter of letting them know that they're welcome in. Why Freemasonry? Truly to have brotherhood, good connections, a good fellowship, and to make sure that you can give back to your community in ways you never knew were possible.